125k. That was my new grad UX design offer, which was a pretty decent junior UX offer. But what do I actually do on a daily basis? Do I talk a lot in meetings all the time? Or spend time in Figma? What tools, what softwares do I use? There's no agenda 1, 2, 3 today, but just to walk you through as an L3 design. When I was an L3 junior new grad UX designer in tech in the Bay Area. So now grab your favorite drink and snacks as well, and let's get into it, y'all. Good morning everyone, my name is Justine. I'm a designer working in Silicon Valley. Depending on the company that you are joining, you will have a different day-to-day routine. Context for my experience. It was a 200 people-ish startup company when I joined, a child company of Google. It's in the Bay Area. It's a very small design team. There is a hiring manager, the UX manager, 2 other designers, and then me. And we are all working on different products. That means we are doing everything. We are product designers. We're doing interaction, we're doing motion, we're doing visual, we're doing prototyping, all that fun stuff. There's actually no public products out there. I actually helped them ship their first mobile app to the App Store. That is the context. Now let me show you my Google Calendar. This week is what I call my design week. I have very few meetings. It's light meeting week, which was great. Then another week is a heavy meeting week. And sometimes it will be mixed. Some days are fully blocked and some days are quite open, which I would say is more typical and representative. As for my typical routine, first thing I wake up in the morning so that I can say good morning everyone, I'm Justine, and then I will drive to work through that really scenic suburban view. When I get to the office, I go to the pantry, micro kitchen area, make myself a little bowl of cereal, nothing crazy, just to get my day started. And then my ritual, a cappuccino. And I have to make it myself, step by step, crafting your own drink. It's quite therapeutic until it's not. Then we'll sit down by the giant window enjoying the natural sunlight and put together a quick to-do list for about like 2 minutes. And it's so light, I just mainly do it in my email draft. At the end of the day, it's done, I just delete it. Then I'll get to my actual work, my tasks. Typically in the morning, I will start something lighter so that I can ease myself into it, ramp myself up to slowly get into my design zone. The very first thing I tend to do while I'm eating my cereal is likely checking my emails and deleting them. Once my inbox is clean, then I'm going to do my other design work, including going to Pinterest or Dribble for inspirations for the particular project that I'm working on. And of course, going to Figma, designing, looking over some higher level flow diagrams, how would the user journey goes, have some mockups, do some lighter tweaks on the mockups, sometimes wireframes, checking alignments, looking at topographies, color schemes. I will also file bugs, more like visual UX design bugs, and I will have the link, put it in something called the Buganizer, which is a place for engineers, for designers, or for product managers to flag and report issues so that we can fix them later. And then with all the design mockups and inspiration from Pinterest, what do I do with those? Well, of course, I use the printer. And those tasks will just keep going in circles, in loops, going on and on, all the iterations and tweaking and refinement. Sometimes those work will just go over and then I'll just miss my usual 12:30 lunchtime, which is fine. I'll just eat later on my own. And the perk is there's no line anymore at the time and I can get everything really quickly. And of course, sometimes I eat with coworkers. I really do have friends at work. You just have to trust me. Well, speaking of friends, sometimes I do hang out with my friend in California, the sun. When the sun is so nice, I would just go sit down after lunch and just charge for a little bit. When the charging is done, I go back upstairs and perform my second ritualistic and therapeutic act, another cappuccino. Then the afternoon session begins. That's when my best ideas started to come, started to flow, and hitting the pinnacle of my productivity. I'll hop back into Figma, do more design work, Again, flow diagrams, mockups, wireframes, looking at more inspirations, iterating on different mockups, iterating on different ideas, prototyping them. When needed, I will go into After Effects to do some animations like this delivery tooltip, like the app opening screen, like the order tracking screen. Speaking of animation, I also use Cinema 4D not often but sometimes to create some graphic for certain merchants. Another tool of my favorite, Framer X, that's what I use to prototype certain ideas beyond just screen by screen, but somewhat realistic and interactive enough that I can bring it to user testing and studies. Speaking of user testing, all the reports or the research deck are in Google Slides. I will be either reading the decks for just informational purpose or help actually make some comments and improve the decks. And of course, there will be meetings, either in-person meetings or over Google Meet. There will be trade-off meetings where you draw the line of what features they can get in or not, especially on the design side. Or there will be design review meetings where you look at different designs and try to compare them. That's where I will come in to say go or no go for this release by looking at the mockups I have and the implementations that the engineers have. There's also pair programming where they share their screen. They will show me their code editor and the simulator, so I can look at the simulator, their work. They will change on the fly, on the spot. So when I see it, I can say this is good to go. Then we will eliminate so much back and forth. There will be also user testing where I will join in the session with the user researcher, listening, take notes and ask questions. Another use of Google Meet is presentations. I will have to showcase my work, my idea, either to my smaller UX design group or the broader team. With all the designs, presentations, proposal, there's of course documentation. That's where Google Docs comes in. I will read up about documents, make comments about documents. I will make my own documents and share with the team, such as design resources and animation specs documentation. And of course, all those Google Docs slides, they live in Google Drive. So that's another tool that I will use. In the later part of the afternoon, if the weather allows, if the weather is nice, I will just go outside and enjoy the nature, enjoy the fresh air, and continue my Figma design work there. Occasionally, time flies. I'll just be working and realize, oh wow, it's 8 p.m. If that doesn't happen, I will hit the gym. I will work on a bit of everything for about 40 minutes to an hour. Our cafeteria is not open at night time, so we will just order food instead with either Uber Eats or DoorDash. After dinner, I will sometimes go to Starbucks to just wind down and just chill from there, either working on some YouTube videos or watching some silly YouTube videos, or I might just head home, watch TV, read on the couch, or if I'm so tired, crash on the couch. And that crash basically wraps the night because I will crash it so hard that I fell asleep. So to summarize, as a new grad L3 UX designer, on a weekly basis, I spend about 32 hours designing, 8 hours-ish in the meetings with 13 different tools. And the catch is, those are just the tools that I use and I like to use or learn how to use. You might not need all of them. Aside from tools in terms of collaboration, I talked and worked with about 16 different people in the company. So what do you think? Is it very different from what you expected or your current role? Let me know in the comments. Do you appreciate me spending 10-20 hours making this video and give you the context of an L3 entry-level designer and want to show support? Well, now you can get me coffee at this link down in the comments. It's a pretty straightforward, simple website. Go poke around and I'll give you a shout out in your next video. I mean, in my next video. After coffee, if you want to learn more, oh, well, feel free to join my Discord down below as well. Now it's free to join. If after coffee, after Discord, is still not enough, you want UX resume tips, portfolio examples, interview guides, presentation techniques? Well, good news. I've used my best craft and design thinking to capture all of those in these videos and in my channel. Check them out right there. Like and subscribe to support this very, very small channel and keep designing a better future. See you on the next video. Cheers.